Five things. One, two, three, four, five. Five things I wish someone would have told me about money before I ever started. See, I don't know about you, but I grew up in an average traditional home, and wealth was never even talked about. And then one time I brought it up to my mom, one time, she said, "That's just not who we are, Doug." And as I said in another video, I looked at her and said, "Well, who decided that?" There are five things I'd give anything had I known at the very beginning, or even maybe after the first couple of years, what to do. But over the years, I had some great mentors. I've spent a lot of time studying it and moving into understanding it and taking action on it. And I want to save you 30 years of worth of study. I want to save you 30 years worth of work. Number one, wealth isn't created by working harder. It's created by solving bigger problems for a whole lot more people. I wrote a training manual one time on the secret to wealth, and that was the whole core, the nuclear core. Wealth isn't created by working harder, more hours, anything else. It could help to some degree, but if you really wanted it to understand, it's created by you solving problems for people. It's created by solving bigger problems for bigger and more financially well-meaning people. And even in your business, it doesn't matter what kind of business you have. It could be real estate, insurance, whatever, solving the problems that other people can't solve for themselves. And in this manual, and it was about a 30-page manual, it was called The Secret to Wealth. I don't even remember, about 2002 I wrote it, I think. It was about creating and understanding a mindset of understanding that money is a result of solving problems, not building results. Results are critical. And again, if you're in business with somebody else or if you're in business by yourself, it doesn't matter. Your job is to create solutions. I never called myself, when I was in direct sales, anything except I'm a solution specialist. And they say, well, what's that? Gotcha. Because when I said I'm a solution specialist, I help people solve problems that they can't solve by themselves. I help people build seven-figure lives, seven-figure businesses, seven-figure incomes. I'm a solution specialist. I help people solve problems. And this is what you have to do and understand, that if you want to create wealth, you're going to have to solve bigger problems. You're going to have to solve larger problems for people with more means, more money, more net worth, which brings me to the second thing. Your network always ignites your net worth more than your work ethic ever will. Did you get that? Your network that you set on fire is going to create and be more important than your work ethic ever will. Let me read, and I want you to get this. Your network, the people that you hang around, the people that you know, the people that you're connected to, ignite your net worth more than your work ethic. Why? Because it's the people that know people that can open doors, hold conversations, and introduce you to people that really, truly ignite your net worth. One conversation, just one, and you will be able to relate to it because, you know, we're in the same journey together here. One conversation changed my whole perspective on wealth. Just one. I happened to be in the right room at the right time with the right people talking about the right ideas. And it opened my mind tremendously. The right room with the right people, the right fire, the right energy, the right intensity, we're going to the top, will beat your resume every time. This is why that your network, who you know, who you're connected to, what it is that you want to do, will always have a better impact on what you do than anything else. Network like crazy. And some people say, oh, that doesn't help your, oh, yes, it does. You can grind all day long, but opening a door to somebody that can take your business to a whole different level is worth 1,000 hours of you grinding. And this is why that your network will always ignite, set fire to your net worth more than grinding ever will. Number three, broke people, they study money. They never do much with it, but they study money. Wealthy people, they study people. Did you get that? And this is critical. People like you and me, we can't just study money. We've got to do something about it. But more importantly, if you're really going to own a business, you're really going to do something spectacular in the marketplace, you need to study influence, persuasion, psychology, all those different things. And that's why we're doing this here. This is what we're going to do and help you. And that's why that you and I are a lot alike. We want the best of the best of the best out of life. And so that we can give God the glory, but help people do the same thing. And it doesn't matter whether it's real estate, insurance, stockbroker, it doesn't matter. All that matters is this. Quit just studying money. Do I study money? Yeah, I still study money. I like to learn new things about it. And that's just how I grow. But I spent years studying psychology, influence, communication, people skills, how to think, how to act, how to be obsessed about something, about turning people off. All of those things you're going to learn here. That's why that we're here. That's why that we're on this journey. But broke people study money. Wealthy people study people. Number 4, you don't get wealthy by, I love this. You don't get wealthy by saving pennies. Yeah, I used to do a radio show, as you well know, called This Millionaire Road. And I used to say there's only 2 ways to build wealth. And I've said this on other videos. Either the slow boat to China method or jet fuel. It's up to you. And they say, well, what is that? The slow boat to China, and I'll just 30-second review here, is basically you saving and saving and saving and saving and investing. After 40 years, you're pretty much your quote unquote investments probably going to be worth somewhere close to 7 figures. Or you can start a business and 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road, your net worth is 7 figures. Me, I wanted the jet fuel. I wanted the rocket ship. And this is the reason why when you get wealthy and you study wealth, and you understand it's not about saving pennies. It's about taking very calculated risks that most people won't. When I first started my business, man, and I've told you this before, I got all kinds of crazy negatives. And people would, no, I can't. I've got a job and I like what I'm doing. Great. But people like you and me, we are willing to take careful, calculated risks, not crazy ones, unless you're Elon Musk, that can help move people forward in a way to build a 7-figure life, 7-figure business, 7-figure income. Most people want to be comfortable. Safety keeps people comfortable. That's the kind of life they want to live, safe. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what they feel like is best for them, but safety is not who you and I are. Risk, calculated carefully, builds empires. And this is why that in the land of what we're doing here, the land of extraordinary, the goal here is to let people know we're going to take risk. And I'm going to tell you, you need to do that, but do it in a way that makes sense financially. And this is one thing I learned from Richard Branson. Richard Branson said he owns over 400 companies. He says, I never bought a company that didn't carry a little risk, but it made sense. And finally, wealth is 80% mindset. 20% strategy. Did you get that? I've been teaching this for over and over. And that was one of the things on the Millionaire Road radio show I teach. Constantly. Wealth starts with one thought. Did you get that? Wealth starts with one thought. And that thought could be, what if? Or, man, that's a great idea. Or, I wonder what would happen. Or, whoa, that really makes sense. How can I apply this? It starts with one thought, and then a flicker is ignited, if you will. And then from there, the flame grows. See, I tell people, fix what's between your ears first. Did you get that? Fix what's between your ears first that no tactic can ever touch. Because I've said this again, you and me just talking here, because we're going to the same place. People like us, we don't stand still. If you can't get it right between your ears, you'll never get it right between your results. Did you get that? If you can't get it right between your ears, you'll never get it right between your results. And you need to understand that. That's why that with your money, these 5 things, I would encourage you to study them. I would encourage you to research them. Nobody will tell you this because they're still trying to figure it out themselves. And see, again, I have had mentors that are billionaires, And I sat at their feet and I'm like, oh my gosh, I felt you can feel really dumb sometimes when you learn things so much, you don't even think that way. I'm teaching you in a way, a new way to possibly look at things in perspective, for perception and thinking. That's the goal here. I just wish somebody would have taught me these 5 things uh, along the way. Wealth isn't created by working hard, it's created by solving bigger problems. Your network ignites your net worth. Broke people study money. Wealthy people, well, they study people. You don't get wealthy saving pennies. You get wealthy by taking calculated, careful risk that makes sense. And wealth is 80% mindset, 20% strategy. I wish I would have known that 35 years ago, but it took me a while to figure it out. And I had some great teachers as well as some great mentors. And that's why we're here again in doing this. Guys, tell people about this place. Tell people about this YouTube channel. Tell people about this video. Save it, send it, share it, like, follow. Why? Because we're going to do some crazy stuff here. And I promise you, it's going to be stuff you've never heard before. There may be some things that possibly you might have heard before, but there's going to be a whole lot that you're going to go, whoa, I've never heard that before. This is one of the biggest reasons why I do this, because the Lord put it in my heart to do it. And I want to help you and I together, people like us, want to get to that level that we'll never have to worry about anything ever again, as far as financial, as far as practicality, as far as business, as far as happiness. Would you like to be at a huge level of happy? Well, that's where we're headed. And I want to help you get there. Like, follow, share, save this video. Spread the fire.